Hey guys, welcome. This is HD, and I'm bringing you guys a professional StarCraft 2 broadcast. Today we're going to be looking at a game from the quarterfinals of IEM in Sao Paulo, and this is going to be featuring EG.Demuslim, also known as Evil Geniuses, and Demuslim, of course, being a primarily a Warcraft 3 player back in the days of Warcraft 3, switched over to StarCraft 2. And a little bit more background information about him. He's got about a 55% win rate against Zerg. And his opponent for this quarterfinals matchup in Sao Paulo is Empire.Violet. And this is really interesting. Violet actually is this up-and-coming star who started off on Team MVP in Korea. He is a Korean, obviously, and had a great run through Code A and qualified for Code S as well. And then just recently, at the end of January, he actually signed on to Empire and now lives out in Texas. So he has moved out to the States to pursue more opportunities outside of Korea, because we know that in Korea there's really only one league to make money in, and that's the GSL. And while it is the most popular and most, I guess, the most money you can make in a league, there is a lot more variation in the States and in the European lands out across the sea. So a lot of Koreans now kind of making this jump out away from Korea to try to compete in outside organizations and just further their networking. So this is Violet. He's been playing in Korea for a long time, just made that switch over, and this is really exciting. We're going to be watching a Zerg and a Terran, and of course it's going to be a Euro versus an American, and we'll just have to see how this is going to go down. Excuse me, Demuslim, not American, he is European. And we'll just have to see what happens. The Zerg has finally got his drone inside the Terran's base. And this map is going to be the long, huge map, Terminus, with a lot of expansions, to say the least. It has a plethora of expansions. And you guys can just take a gander at the minimap right now and just see how many bases there are per player. So a lot of opportunities here for expanding. I would say we might be looking at a macro game here. There is one thing to note, and that is that the Zerg has a disadvantage in the air spawns, because if the Terran wanted to drop, he has very easy access into the main, and then can also kind of access the natural as well. So look for that to possibly go down. And Violet now has gone ahead and stolen the gas of Demuslim, which is kind of interesting, just wanting to maybe prolong the life of that drone for as long as possible so that he can get a scout out and see exactly what Demuslim is going to do with that first set of gas. You guys might or may not notice here, but I do have this kind of cough, lingering cough right now. So I do apologize. I haven't casted in a few days. But during this downtime that I haven't been casting, I did do a bunch of games for Gamecom and I was originally going to air the finals and the semifinals today, but they had to prolong, and they weren't able to air them live yet. Even though I sent them the video files, they weren't able to air them live yet, and they're going to postpone it till this Thursday. So if you guys want to tune in on this Thursday at, I believe, 12 o'clock noon, we are going to be going live the Gamecom finals with myself casting, and that should be on the stream channel Gamecom_Plantronics. Pretty easy to find. And yeah, during this entire week, I've really just been doing the Gamecom games and been sending some games out to IPL as well. And hold that thought, we do have some Zerglings coming in through the middle here. They will get us around on the Marines. Nice split from Demuslim. Is he going to be able to kill off the remaining Zergling? It's going to be a fight to the death. Oh! And that Zergling is going to survive with just one last shot ready to go. And so it looks like Violet here will take control over the middle of the map. And that's pretty important. There's a lot of Zonaga towers to claim. So anytime you can keep a unit alive in the middle, it really gives you good foreshadowing as to what's to come from the opponent. And right now, Demuslim is switching over to a command center. He is getting Raxes after the factory. That was all scouted out because the buildings were placed at the front and the Zergling took a peek. And so Demuslim looks to be going for a standard 1 barracks, 1 fact into expansion. I'm surprised he hasn't swapped onto the reactor yet. Usually most Terrans swap the factory onto the reactor to get a bunch of Hellions out and really ramp up that Hellion production, but it doesn't look like Demuslim is going to do that. That's actually kind of interesting. Let's see what Violet is up to on his side of the map. Has a Roach Warren coming, and we'll have to see if he's going to be utilizing that Roach Warren for defense, or if he's going to try to make some kind of offensive push. One Hellion is going to poke its way through the front, and the Spine Crawler is already there. Now the Zergling is coming on, just enough Zerglings to ward that Hellion away, coming in the nick of time. And now map control will be seeded over from the Terran side over back to the Zerg, unless reinforcements come out, and it looks like Demuslim is going to be able to ward away the Zerglings and keep that Hellion alive. Now we have an engineering bay coming to kind of siphon off the natural and really limit the amount of terrain that the Zerg will have to funnel his way through, and Demuslim is just building the engineering bay for now. I would expect supply depots to finish that wall off, and maybe a couple of bunkers as well. It's always this kind of shaky time for Terran players because you don't know what the Zerg might throw at you. And look at Violet, he's going for 9 roaches here, and that's actually pretty all-in-ish if you ask me. 12 Zerglings to follow this up. Now the Baneling Nest is coming as well, so we're probably going to see Violet go with the Roach Baneling bust. And unless Demuslim begins to build some bunkers right now, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's just going to rely solely on his supply depots, and we all know how that is going to fare up against Roaches and Banelings. It's not going to hold up at all, to be quite honest, and Demuslim is in so much trouble right now. He's got to get a tank out or Marauders. He's got 2 Tech Labs, but he's not making a single Marauder, and the Banelings are beginning to morph in the middle of the map, and that's why map control is so important, because if there was a Marine out here, it would have seen this impending push, but no, the Terran has no map control. He didn't make any Hellions for map control either, and now he's going to pay the price, it looks like, unless he can make a miraculous hold. Roaches will begin to break away that supply depot, and the Banelings coming in as well. Only 2, in fact, but that, I don't know if Violet really needs any Banelings. There you go, more Banelings coming in just for added measure, and the bunkers are not up in time. Demuslim's in so much trouble right now. He cannot get forces inside the bunker. The SCVs and the mules have to run away. The mules come crashing down, and only 1 bunker is loaded with 4 Marines. Will Demuslim make a hold or not? The bunker is going down. He cannot repair because he lost all of his SCVs. 13 SCVs have gone down already, and Demuslim, his base is in tatters, and there's the GG. So Violet opens up this best of 5. It is a best of 5, guys, with an all-in against Demuslim. Very unexpected. But then again, if you come from Korea, I always say if you play against them, expect the unexpected, and Violet just pulled that off very, very magnificently. So well done, and Demuslim will go 0-1 down in this best of 5. And also the reason why I'm casting this, guys, is I've had a lot of people tell me this set is really, really good. It is a best of 5, so I hope you guys stay tuned, and we're going to go on to game 2 following this. HD signing out.